Hello again, filmmakers, and now let's get into really the bottom line. What's the most important thing in filmmaking? It's the screenplay. The screenplay. The saying in the film industry is, if it ain't on the page, it ain't on the stage. The most important thing in filmmaking, without a question of doubt, is the script, the screenplay. Your job as producers, number one, the first thing, don't talk to me and don't think about, I've got this idea, I've got this concept, I've got this outline, I've got this treatment. Those are stages. You've got to get the great script. Your first step, filmmakers, is get the great script. So what we're about to talk about on this cassette is getting the great script. And we'll talk about and relate to you as beginning filmmakers, first-time producer, directors. If you're going to get the first script, the great script that you're going to shoot, you want to get a script that's simple. So it's the phrase KISS, K-I-S-S, keep it simple, stupid. And we'll explain to you what a keep it simple great script is. And we'll explain the formats of screenwriting and the number of pages that it's got to be, and how to work with the Writers Guild and what their guild rules are and what a great script is. And then we'll teach you how to find the great script and how to find the great but undiscovered as of yet talented writer that you can literally hire for $200 to $300 a week and get the great script for $1,500 to $2,000. And if you happen to come upon the finished already written script, we'll teach you how to option that script. The bottom line in the film industry, the most important thing is get the script, but not a bunch of typing. It's got to be a great script. That's what we're going to be focusing on. And remember, throughout this subject that we'll be getting into, on your workbooks, on the mail order form, on page 5, you'll see about 50 different books that are for sale on formatting, screenwriting, story, structure, selling, etc. But now, let's get into the actual seminar and the subject on screenplay and screenwriting. Happy filmmaking. Then, so you get out of this naivety of what you got to pay everybody with this big guild and union mystique, I'll debunk this guild and union stuff for you, and then we'll actually start getting into the shoot, doing the physical shoot. And then after lunch, we'll get into directing. First thing after lunch, then I'll teach you how to direct. Actually, how to direct. I'll give you about half an hour. You're going to walk out saying, I know how to do it now. What I won't teach you is the talent of working with actors. But you'll understand. What I'll teach you is the mechanics of getting it done and maximizing out production value, picking your camera angle, picking your lens, getting your lighting, key lighting, backlighting, fill lighting, blocking, and getting it done, and getting a page shot. And we're going to do it in, let's do it and get this page done in 1 hour. Because that's what's going to happen in real life. You're not going to let's all get together and communicate and have an open collaborative set. You know, which is, of course, what they've all taught, etc. So let's get back in now. And first subject coming back in is, let me focus you on just the screenplay, just the script. Script, the screenplay. What are you going to do? What can you handle? What can't you handle? What's the guild? What is the writer? What do you have to pay? Optioning process, etc., etc. Let's first focus and get you, let's keep it simple. The bottom line in the film industry is the movie theater owner. The main business person that runs the industry is the movie theater owner that you never hear about. The movie theater owner. The movie theater owner is in the business of renting seats and selling candy, not collecting Oscars. The movie theater owner is in the business of renting seats, got it? And selling candy. That's their business. Real estate people run our industry. They're in the business of renting seats and selling popcorn. That's who we're about to relate to. Now, this is why all films are 90 to 120 minutes in running time. Let's figure it out. You take a 90-minute film, that movie theater owner guy can rent the seat at 12 o'clock, 1:30, 3 o'clock, 4:30, 6 o'clock, 7:30, 9 o'clock, 10:30, midnight show, possibly Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, maybe midnight. So that is 8, maybe 9 times. Give them breaks to change the reel and sell popcorn and candy 5, maybe 6 times. They can rent the seat and sell candy. Give the movie theater owner 120 minutes. Movie. A 2-hour movie. Okay, same thing. Do we pay any more? No, when we go to see the movie. So 2-hour movie, 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If there's a midnight, maybe midnight. So give them a 2-hour movie. They can only rent the seat and sell candy maybe 4 times, maybe even 3. Give them a 3-hour one. Wait. We got one in the afternoon and one in the evening. They hate them. That's when the distributors literally have to buy the theaters. This is not the world you're in. Those films exist, but so you understand why you're focusing between 90 and 120 minutes, 90 and 120 minutes. And the saying is 1 page of script, properly typed. 1 page of script, properly typed, translates to 1 minute of running time. So you know what your script's going to be? 90 to 120 pages, properly typed. Not less than 90, that's a short. Not more than 120, that's too long. 90 to 120. So your script is going to be 90 to 120 pages. Now when you finish your script and you submit it to get financing from agents or from whoever to submit to studios, executives, we sort of do what we somehow got nicknamed the 2 hums. You thumb through the script, you hand me your script. I'm the executive in charge of development at Warner Brothers. And I go, There it is, the 2 hums. Guess what? I just made a judgment call. I'm the executive, whether or not I'm going any further with you. The first hum, does it look like a script? Does it look like a script? Is it typed properly? It better be perfect. It better be exactly typed according to this format. It better be perfect like that. If it doesn't, I'm not going any further. I got too many scripts coming in and too many things going through my office that if you don't even know how to type, I just got to make a judgment call that you don't know what dialogue and story is. That's all. I might be wrong, but I got to be efficient and I got to make that judgment call. So that's the first hum. You know what the second hum is? The final page count. 1 page of script equals 1 minute running time, and I know a movie's got to be 90 to 120 minutes long, so that final page count better be somewhere between number 90 and 120. That's it. You want to hand me a script with 132 pages? I'll be polite to you. I'll say it looks interesting, and you walk out of the office and I bin it. That's it. Because I can't sell 132 minutes. It's too much of a pain. Because the distributors, the theater owners, can't turn the seats over. So 90 to 120. Now let's start using some common sense. If you know that it's got to be between 90 and 120. First off, by the way, this is a class on producing. I'm the businessman. When you take your class in screenwriting, which they will tell you different things. I am not right. I'm just giving you an opinion. I want to give you as much knowledge and information so you make your opinions. You're right. The screenwriting instructors and the screenwriting people say producers don't know what they're doing. Yet somehow we run the biggest grossing exporting business in America. And we don't know what we're doing. So you go out and write whatever you want as long as you want. Okay, and now I'll tell you what's going to happen. You submit a script to me with 130 pages, 145 pages. I ain't going any farther with it unless you're a celebrity. That's different. You're not celebrities. So you got to be within the rules somehow. Let's say you've taken your script and it's 124 pages and you love it. It's the greatest 124 pages you can write and you're not crossing out a single word. You're not deleting 4 pages to play this stupid game. So you know what you do? Play the Hollywood game. If you got a 124-page script, here's what we do. Take page 52, then make page 53, 52A, page 54, 52B, page 55, 52C, and page 56, 52D. So the final pages are 120, 119, 118, 117. So I'll pick it up and I'll do the hum in 120. Okay. Looks good. It's typed right, looks good. I listen to your 30-second pitch. It's what it's called when you present to me, you pitch. And if I like the pitch, I'll talk back to you about, well, can we change the 32-year-old girl to a 2-year-old horse? Hey, then we're what's called spitballing. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Matter of fact, my father owns a donkey that's perfect for the part. We can just take him to whatever. But now that's spitballing. But the point,
Let's get business. You got 124 pages. You think it's great. You're going to submit it. Get it the last number down to 120, 119, 118. You got an 87-page script. You know what you do? I don't know. Take page 14, leave a little space somewhere in there, and say the next 3 pages, a passionate love scene to be written later. So the last page count is 90, 89, 88, 87. I want to get you past that first 10 seconds with that executive, so at least he or she says, it looks good, the pitch sounds well, it's the proper format, it's the proper running time. Then they give it out to their, what are called their readers, to get a book report, which is called coverage. And if the coverage comes back that it's good, or above good, then we'll read it ourselves. That's what we do. So let's use some more common sense. You're not submitting. This is a class on independent filmmaking, so you don't have to play and engage with any executive. You're going to do it for yourself. So when you do it for yourself, here's the thing. Let's keep it simple. You're going to start your first shoot. You're going to do your first feature film. So the idea is they always teach keep it simple, but they never tell you how to keep it simple. Well, I'm going to tell you how to keep it simple. Script, 90 to 120 pages. Which one are you going to shoot? Here's a script at 90 pages. Here's a script at 120 pages, assuming they're both wonderful. Which one are you going to shoot? 90. 30 less pages to worry about. It's pretty obvious, isn't it? And if you're going to say they're both called movies, and if you're going to start from scratch, start with 90 pages. 90 pages. 30 less pages of problems and locations and personalities and clashes to worry about. 90 pages, 90-minute running time, 92-minute running time. That's a movie. That's a movie. So start with 90. If you're going to start from scratch, guys, with all you really are, focus on 90. Next, what is the storyline in here? How are you going to springboard your career? I'm not going to tell you the formula story that springboards every independent filmmaker. Here's this formula script. Corman and Arkoff perfected it. Here's the standard formula that you do in 90 pages to keep it simple. You take, how many times have you seen this movie? You take 12 kids to a house and chop them up. How many times have you seen that movie? How many times? It's done, it's there, it's every year. Okay, let's change subject. I'm not here preaching do a slasher. I'm not here telling you to chop up a lot of people. But it's 90 pages. Take your actors to one location. A house. One location is not Southern California. One location is not Los Angeles. One location is not UCLA campus. One location is one building, one fuse box. Get your 90-page script all oriented around or one room. Got it? One location. So what I'm getting into, it's basically a stage play. Now you understand why Hollywood producers, we love to option stage plays? They're cheap to shoot. Then we hype the hell out of them. We had to open it up for the camera. What? Yeah, we had to go outside. You got it? So if you're going to start from scratch, keep it simple. 90-page script, typed properly, one location really being one building, one room. Keep it simple. You know what? You can handle that. Every one of you can handle it. You can handle it this weekend. Get 90 pages, you shoot it on Saturday and Sunday. That's it. 2 takes. Actors, do it. Wide-angle lens, do it. Just do it. Let me keep going. Spike Lee, She's Got to Have It. How'd that start his career? A building, one location. Quentin Tarantino, Reservoir Dogs. One location, that garage, and that was take 12 people to a house and chop them up, or the garage and chop them up. One location, John Sayles, Return of Secaucus 7, one location, time and time again. You'll see this recent one that just won at Sundance last week. 2 actors, 1 room. The great film. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm sure it still get the great script. And if the actors really do have that dynamic chemistry and acting ability, you now know how to execute it. Keep it simple. Now you understand how to keep it simple. Isn't it getting realistic now? Keep it simple. You have no excuse. for not shooting a film on the weekend for $10,000 or $20,000 and getting it in the can. Your job is still get the great script. Get the great script. This class is not on how to write the great script. I'm not the screenwriting instructor. There are many books out there. Here are the people. Here's what you should do. There are two types of scripts. So the question you had?
Oh, I was going to ask you, what do you do with your actors to rehearse them? I mean, if you get it...
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I got you. The question is, what do you do with actors with rehearsing? Rehearse. You get them a week before. You get the script. You bring them in a room. It's a cold, antiseptic room, wherever you do it. And you first you give each one a script, and you say, talk to each other. And you sit back and listen. And then you go, well, can you try it this way? Oh, yeah. And then you find out an interesting thing. Either they can't do it that way, or they won't do it that way. Now, let's see how good you are as a producer, director, and communicating. That's what they talk about. That's when it really starts. But yes, absolutely you rehearse, and absolutely you rehearse, and absolutely you rehearse, and no matter how much you rehearse, when you actually get on the set, it changes. When that first shot starts, they've rehearsed and rehearsed in costume and location. It's great, it's wonderful, you absolutely do it, and then you get on the set and you turn the camera on and the lights on, they get cotton mouth. It changes. And be ready for that. It happens every time. And that's what I'll get to later. Now work with it. And work with it when you find out what the actors can or won't do, or can't do or won't do. Now what are you going to do? That's where talent comes in. Shoot.
How do you know when you're working with an actor or you're choosing your cast? How do you know what a person that's very photographical or photographic, sorry, and somebody who isn't? Like, do you...
Well, first you get those photos, those still photos from them, and it's sort of like, you know, what they look like in person, okay, but what they look on here. But then that's all that airbrushing. Okay. You do some sort of demo. You bring a half-inch, three-quarter-inch videotape. You do your casting session rehearsal. Yeah, put it on there. Anybody can do that. You'll see. You'll see from that when you look at it at home. You just got to try your gut instinct. You'll know. You don't need some pro to come tell you, oh, no, but that's going to change. No, I just saw it. It stunk. If you saw it, it stunk. They stink. That's all. There's no big, amazing thing about this. Everybody in this industry complicates everything so much as if you got to come to us to be this pro, and it's not. Let's get back. Script. Keep it simple. You understand what simple is. 90 to 120 pages. Stay closer to 90 pages. And stay as simple as possible with as few moves as possible. One location. A location is one building, one fuse box, one power source. Keep it simple, keep it simple. Now you got the script. And there are two types of scripts when you read it. Here are the two types of scripts when you read the story. Every script is either great and wonderful, and whoever reads it wants to buy it, or it stinks. There is no middle ground. It is either great and wonderful, and whoever reads it wants to buy it, or it stinks. Now, if you have a script and you give it to somebody in the industry, either they want to buy it from you or it stinks. It's not like we'll work on it, that stinks. If you're going to submit it, well, it takes a little work, it stinks. There's no middle ground. It's either great and wonderful, and that person that you submit it to calls you back and wants to option or purchase it from you. Anything else, they call back, they're being polite, saying it's wonderful, it's interesting, you got some quirky characters, interesting storyline, stinks. But being polite. You got it? There are only two types of scripts. How do you know if the script is great or wonderful? You submit it. Does somebody want to buy it? How do you know when you read it? It's a simple line. If it ain't on the page, it ain't going to be on the stage. If you think you have a comedy, when you're reading it, you are laughing out loud. If you're not laughing out loud, it's not funny. You're not reading and go, yeah, that'll be cute. Oh, yeah, that'll work. Because if you execute it perfectly and put it up there on the screen, the audience who just paid $7 comes in and looks at it and goes, yeah, that's cute. That's not funny. They're coming and they're paying to laugh out loud. If you think you have a horror script and you read it, you're reading your horror script and going, oh, God, that's gross. That's good. That's what you want. Now execute it. You got horror up there on the screen. You're going to get it. The same. If it ain't on the page, it ain't on the stage.